see that where that button is right there?
Right there.
Oh, your hand here.
Right there.
In the middle. No doubt.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yep. Whenever you come on. Whenever you come on. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, man.
I remember you. I remember. See, this why I said I remember all you niggas dunking at warm-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like I just remember.
Man, it's the bake show, man. That we
like 6 or 7 deep.
It's starting to become what we.
Hey man,
yes.
You know what? I got a problem.
But he only plays 6 or 7.
Speak on it.
It's some niggas that's mad.
Cats, because we got people watching in Africa and everything.
Well, okay, they niggas too. But listen.
Comrade.
I'm comrade. I ain't never lied to you.
No.
What you mean? Would it be somebody different?
No.
Different is not ratings.
Y'all killed the ball.
Right. Let's do it.
Go.
I'm telling you this. If you gotta bring your own name up,
you don't deserve to be on it. I'll say it for you, comrade. Hey, you know what?
If you gotta bring your own name up,
you don't deserve to be on it. Top 100.
Guess what? Y'all act like we went and we just was like, I like him. I like he was good. No Brian Williams.
No Brian Williams. We got Tarver. We got him here. We got him here, and we about to add him right there.
AD Tar.
Yes. Look right here.
Tar babies.
Hey, right there. That button right there. Come underneath it. Yep. Go to add. And go up. Scroll up. Scroll up. You ain't gonna be able to see you right now. We adding the Tarver. I told you.
You got the 2 Tarvers mixed up too, man.
No, I know which one. I talked to the one last night.
It ain't in there. You can't.
Okay, well, go out. Go out there. Conrad, we got to get better at this shit.
Bro.
He ain't even I gotta be because there you go. Bring camp. Yep. Yes, here we come. He added everything. He missed a couple days of work. We still love him.
Black Tony. I was gonna come.
Tarver, all you gotta do is
I'm Black
add.
Tony. I was coming. But I got these helicopter parts for sale.
All you gotta do is press add, Tar. And for those of you who just tuning in to us, connect. Yes, sir. You upside down, daddy. Hey,
DT.
What up?
Nick. Hey, remember when we was at that basketball shit at St. V and Darius Miles was there, Brown was there, DC was there, Thad was there.
Yeah,
and you were like,
you right side up now, baby.
That's what you said.
Am I the right way?
No, turn the other way. Turn the other way. You good?
Right.
Hey, remember you said, "Hey man, I need somebody to rebound for me." T, come on. I said, "Yeah," because I ain't about to hoop with them.
You get 1,000 shots up?
Huh?
You get 1,000 shots up?
Yeah, we got 1,000 shots up. But you and them, Akron, you.
Hey, listen, for those of you.
Hey, look. I was about to come hoop with you, and we went to the gym, and it was Darius Miles.
Let me go ahead. We're going to get off into that, comrade. We're going to go into that. We got the Tarver. The unicorn is in the building. Make some noise.
What up?
Make some noise. The unicorn is in the building. Now, Tar. Now, the crazy part about it is, I said it because I have a problem of holding it in when I get good information.
Yeah, well, why do they keep saying you mixing me and my brother up? You're not mixing us up.
What'd you say?
They kept saying you was mixing me and my brother up. You're not mixing us up.
I know. I tried to tell them that. I know exactly who you are. Because I said, hey, every time he used to come home, we used to play. You made me feel special. You used to pick me out the crowd. We used to play one-on-one. You was doing a lot of the shooting.
Yeah, my brother never even came to the West Side.
Right. He never even came because we going to go off into that. We're going to go up into that. And I told him, I said, I talked to a unicorn last night for 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 46 seconds.
There's a lot of weird noise going on.
Hey, it's a lot of weird noise going on, and that's why we're going to nip it all in the bud. We're going to nip it all in the bud right now. We got the Tarver, one half of the unicorns. And let me tell you why we did this, Tar. Let me tell you why you're a unicorn. Because your boy Ron Baker, I said, hey, when you talk about City Series basketball, you got to name them Tarvers. They said, well, it wasn't City Series. It wasn't City Series. And without thinking, I said, but they got the same scars we got. They came up there, they had dominated the king of the court. And which we gonna talk about that, because the Tar told me yesterday, and let me give you your flowers, brother. No, I want you to do it. Tar, when you first won the king of the court, how old were you?
We was 15.
Speak on it.
I mean, we like. I hate calling in just like speaking about ourselves, but like, I mean, niggas was there. They remember. Like, I really don't know like what we talking about. Like, I mean, we was 15. It was me, Darren, Johnny, and Maverick. We beat Jerome and them at 15. Nobody beat Jerome and them back then. We was kids when we beat them. Like, I don't really know. Like,
and speaking of,
I don't really know what they mean by like Akron, like, or if they played in the city or didn't play in the city. Like, real hoopers, like if you hoop, like, I mean, and you respect other hoopers, like we was all playing together. Nobody said we couldn't play. Like, I don't really know what that means.
What exactly? We all played together. Now, Tar. Like, now they want to say
Bron didn't play in the city. Like, what did I got to do with anything? Bron from
right, but let's Tar. Hey, let me say this though, because I love stirring the pot, bro. We talked last night, and guess what? You did play in the city.
Yeah, and if Ryan know, like that's why I was talking about like when I was at Bookdale. I mean, obviously I only played half the year because I got in trouble. But I mean, at the time, dude, I mean, we was undefeated. I mean, Bookdale was always undefeated and really good, but we was ninth in the country, and I mean, wasn't nobody fucking with us. I don't really know like what like the conversation is weird just for the simple fact that like everybody that's calling in was there and witnessed it. It just I don't understand. It don't make no sense.
Oh, brother, now last night, while I was talking to you, you know I took notes on all of that.
Yeah.
Because there was some stuff that I told you, when I tell you, Tar, and we laughed, it was like we was like peas and carrots. And that's what Forrest Gump say. We was like peas and carrots.
I mean,
now
I would rather ask a question. Like, why would you like Rome didn't play Rome played at Central 1 year. Like you played at St. V, Bron played at St. V, Jerome Lane had played at St. V, we played at St. V 3 years. Like, how do you talk basketball and not want to include us? Like that
speak on it.
Like that's weird. You don't want to include the better players? Like, that don't make no sense. And you a hooper. Like,
listen.
And we from this city.
Hey,
like we from Wadsworth or something.
Hey, bro, can I get my input?
Tar, yeah, comrade. We need you in your comrade chair, baby. That's all we need.
Come around.
Okay. I told you to get on here. No, you can't do that, comrade. Comrade, the camera, baby.
Hey, DT, this T.
Come on.
It don't matter.
Comrade, sit down, baby. Sit down. This is Comrade. And let me tell you the value of star power. See, you are messing up. I gotta get you together. I said, Comrade, do you want to be on here? He said, no, I don't want to be on here because I ain't got a haircut or whatever. But now, see, we got a unicorn on. Come on.
T, that's my dude.
Hey, man, DT.
Yeah. Let me ask another question. So, did we count in the city when we was up at the King of the Court playing? Like,
No. It's strictly City Series ball. But since we're going to get to that, You told me last night you scored how many points in the City Series in how many years?
You talking about at St. V?
No, at Bookto High School. Let the people know.
I mean, they can look it up. I averaged 28 and 10. I only played 2 quarters. Ryan was there. We blew everybody out.
Okay, because you told me last night, and I remember, you scored 1,400 points or something like that in 2 years, I guess, or a half a year at Bookto?
No.
Or something like that?
No, in college.
Oh, in college.
Yeah. At Bookto, I only played games.
Okay. And so, because we're going to get to your college career. We're going to get to your college career. At Bookto, what was the toughest competition you said you had?
Lamont, what up, boy? That's Lamont Jones? Yeah. You said what?
What's the toughest competition you had, man?
When I was playing in high school, where Lamont at?
Yeah.
He was just calm down.
Oh, wait a minute. We got more than unicorns. Wait a minute, salute. We got the unicorns. Make some noise. Hey.
You talking about when I was playing in high school?
Yes, high school.
In the city? I mean, Bookto. I mean, like that's why Dre probably went on that tangent like that, just because, like, I mean, we all remember how Bookto was. But nobody. The only team that I remember even beating Bookto was us. Nobody was beating Bookto from in Akron. Not in our day.
True.
Not in our day.
Yeah. So when you played 2 years at St. V, 2 years at St. V, how many points did you score? How many points did you score at St. V in 2 years?
I was their second all-time leading scorer before I left.
Speak on it.
I mean, the thing that's so funny is everybody noticed, though. Like, why is they not?
Tar, they act like they don't know.
They do know. They
act like they don't know.
They know. Like, they know. That's why the thing is like I'm calling in talking about the dudes that, like, nobody really talking about, man. Because, like, we all...
Oh, right. No doubt. But I had to because, like I said, when we first started this thing, I said the Tarvers. And I said the only reason why we say the Tarvers is because they grew up with us. They not like some cats that just came in.
I don't look at it just like that, though. Like, dude, during that era, like, St. V and Bookto, we ran the city. Like, during our era, like, that was the rivalry, dog. Like, I mean, like, outside of Central or whatever rivalry they had, I'm talking about, like, Central wasn't beating Doylan and them. Central beat Doylan and them.
Bookto won the city.
I don't think so. I got right. I got
the year that the year Bookto went to state and lost to Benedictine. They beat us in the district championship. My brother missed them 2 free throws. I know you remember that game. We was down by 1 with 3 seconds to go. My brother got fouled, missed both free throws. And we played them earlier that year and beat them on our home court. Nobody was beating them on Akron, dog.
And also, your brother was the best free throw shooter on the team that year. And it just so happened that...
Yeah, he missed. I mean, you know, like, but... that's the reason why Dre got so hyped, because it's like, I mean, wasn't nobody fucking with Bookto though. They wasn't. I mean,
and you know what? Tarv? And
I mean,
I acknowledge that.
The people, man, just give up what happened. I mean, we all 40 years old. Who cares?
Hey, Tarv.
Right? Who cares? Hey, comrade, what you got to ask?
Hey, Tarv.
Yeah.
They don't know about that one move they taught us in Johnny King's backyard. Johnny King's backyard.
That's terrorist. Yeah. What that nigga?
Yeah,
Hey, we love you. We love you here. We love you at the Bank Show. Hey, Tar, listen.
Man, Akron boys start showing more love, man. Like everybody from Akron.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to do.
Hey, there.
What's up?
Hey, there.
Yeah.
Well,
remember we were delivering them papers?
Hey, comrade. Hey, what is that's why.
June 9th, our birthday.
Hey, that's why debate show is so important because I called you guys the unicorns. We never see you, twin. We never see you.
Hollow man. I'm hollow man.
I know, hollow man. Salute. We love you here, though, man. We love you here, though, bro. We really, really do. Now let's talk about.
Do you know the real reason why I called in? Look.
Speak on it.
We all know how hard it is to be successful at something. I mean, we all grown.
And this is what we talked about last night. Come on.
We all grown men. I mean, I'm sure most of us got kids now trying to work to take care of our families. Like, I mean, we know how many politics is involved in life in general. Like,
True.
So to see guys who, like, played at the highest level, even though we know all the struggles that come along with that, like, how are you not showing love to that? Like, it's like, I don't hear nobody talking about Rome. I don't hear nobody talking about
let me usher that in. Let me usher that in.
Like, how are you not bringing up, like, dude, Wood, like, dude, y'all know Wood still getting the, these niggas still getting the check. Like,
Wood getting them. Hey, let me usher that in because, like I said, we talked last night and we didn't want to add. These is one of the ones we wanted to add, but we couldn't just because City Series. Now, but I said yesterday, and I told you, and I'm a man of my word, Scout Signer. This is going to be the same V. I said we're going to turn. I said we're going to have a little guest, KP, and we're going to turn it into the same V show. Tell them about what you told me last night about Drew Joyce.
I mean, Drew was a walk-on, man. I mean, Drew didn't even have a scholarship. Like Drew, like my junior year, we had the highest scoring backcourt in the country with me and Johnny Hollingsworth. Like look it up. We averaged more points than
Johnny Hollingsworth. Hey,
dog, Drew came in with no scholarship. And you know how everybody hated on Drew. Let's be honest. And everybody act like he only had success because of LeBron. Man, you know this man came in and started, dog, took his spot. Started all 4 years at Akron, man. All-time leader in
Speak on it.
All-time leader in steals. I mean, what is, like, dog, like, dude, and everybody like, oh, well, like, oh, it was just at Akron. Like, dog, well, why ain't nobody else do that? Like, I mean, why discredit like what a man doing? Like, it's weird. And I look at that just in life. It ain't even just about basketball. Like, dog, it's hard as hell to be successful, man. It ain't easy to be doing your thing out here. And you see a man doing this thing, give the love up, man. I mean, are you talking about all-time greats? I mean, that's why I'm always transparent when I'm talking about all-time greats and like guys who did it before me, like Jerome and Bron. And I mean, Bron a different spin, but Jerome and all them. But if you talk to them, they're gonna say the same thing I'm saying, because like it's just hard to like be successful and grind it out and get through the haters and get through all the politics that come along with life. And for you to see somebody doing it, we all know how hard it is to get there, and you hate them.
Because we all wanted to get there. We all wanted to get there. At some point, we all wanted to get there, and these guys did.
We all want to do that. Like, who didn't want to do that? Like, it's just like, and even if you didn't know you wanted to do it at the time, maybe you didn't have the vision, that's even more of a reason to credit, like, a lot of these dudes that did it because they seen it early. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a dude like Rome, he came from the same backgrounds we came from on the east side, grew up with nothing, no dad. Dog, I mean, look what Rome doing for his life. I mean, I just don't know how you talk about a dude that won 3 state championships, and you know everybody from Akron immediately gonna hate and say, oh, well, he played with Bron. But I mean, damn, everybody that won played with somebody though. Like, I mean, so like that's irrelevant. I mean, he won 3 state championships. He won in college. He was player of the year in the MAC. I mean, the man making great money. I just don't know how you talk about them and not have them.
Now, Tarv.
Yeah.
Now, Tarv, because we said you guys are the unicorns, man, because you don't catch unicorns. They're mythical creatures, and we had the chance to get both of you. So now that we have you here, could you tell us about your junior college career. Walk with it. We gonna walk with you. I usually say on the show, walk with me. We gonna walk with you.
Norwood know a little about it because Chris Dennis always was a dude from the city, helped out a lot of the kids from the city. If people remember, I got in trouble my senior year because I couldn't go to Cincinnati. And then Chris Dennis got me my first look after not playing. And I led the nation in scoring both years and was All-American both years or whatever. And then I signed to go play at Texas Tech. And then my brother had got sick. And then this is the reason why I'm talking like this shit date back. I mean, we going back to when I was young. Dude, my brother was so mad that I decided to go home to be with my family after all of that shit that he hung up on me. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he knew how much niggas was hating back then. That's like it, so that's why I'm calling in just to say like, man, it just like I don't understand how like as men like we all grown, you ain't showing that love to niggas that just did it and still doing it. It just you gotta put them in elite company like Doylan. I mean, Doylan, man, look at Doylan's situation. Who is better than D-Rob, man? I mean, he was like Bron before Bron, 6'5", pass, shoot, dribble, rebound. He seen the floor. He understood the game. Niggas didn't play like that in high school back when we played. Niggas wanted to dunk and get girls and fuck around and party. Like niggas, like he was focused, man. Like, and that's why like I heard Rich Brown. He didn't really want to give credit to like Coach Sands, but on some of the stuff that Dre was saying.
Wait. I know you're a unicorn. We don't say his name on the show.
Okay.
He jerked me.
Said I ain't giving.
Hey, no, he jerked me, bro. He jerked me. It was my senior year. I ran track. Andre Sams, his name is Yusuf now. It was high jump. I beat him in the high jump. He placed fourth, and I was third. And that coach put him third instead of me. So we don't say him.
Hey,
but go ahead.
Hey, Twin.
Yeah.
We got Rick Brown right here.
Rick Brown is in the house.
There you go.
He know he there.
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you want to say?
I did give the old coach his just due.
No, I heard
you say
that. Like, I heard you say like they gave you your grades or something. Like
he did fix my grades.
I know, but like my point in saying that is like maybe he did or didn't. I'm just saying like most of the dudes that played at Bookdale, most of the dudes that I know that played at Bookdale, like whether it was Doylan or Dre or Ramon or D Scott or JoJo or Futch. Like dog, like look what they doing, dog. Like look at how they think. Like look where they are in their life. They wasn't always in that situation. And I think that Dre was talking about that more than like he was talking about like if it was some bullshit going on. Because I mean we all know college coaches do whatever they gotta do. High school coaches do what they gotta do for their players to play. So it's kind of like irrelevant on that. But he loved his players, dog. Like, maybe you don't know that because you didn't really play nowhere else other than Bookdale. I'm just saying, like, all programs not like that. Like, they don't care about, like the players and, like, all they care about is what they can do for them. He didn't really run his program like that. And you can see it because afterwards, you can see it in people's lives. It ain't necessarily got to always translate in basketball. Like all of these niggas went to school, they got good jobs, they got their degrees, like they thinker. I think
the angle what Rich was talking about is the fact that along with the good stuff that coach did, he had his crooked side.
But my man, but you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? Man, I've been around a lot of successful people my whole life. Man, it ain't one successful motherfucker that don't. So like what that's irrelevant, man. I mean everybody do something. Like what ain't none of us perfect, man. He ain't saying
right, no doubt. No doubt. Ain't nobody saying that, but
what I was saying was when he was talking about we all had to have 3.0s, You know that was a lie.
No,
you know what I'm
no,
saying?
I'm
He
not
ain't
saying.
fix no.
No,
He was saying we ain't have to fit. He ain't fix no grades and all that. Granted, he did do his 1-2. He had a program over there, but at the same time, it wasn't all what he was making it seem like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Rich, man. Look, I was there. I get it. Like I'm just telling you that he cared more about like he was trying to uplift the young black brothers, dog. Like I give you.
Oh, I ain't saying you wasn't. True. I ain't saying you wasn't.
I'm gonna give you an example real quick. When I was at Bookdale, going into Bookdale, I was all this, all that, whatever. Like this, scoring leader, this, that, who cares? Dog, when I got in trouble, and this is what I mean by about black people. Mr. McKinney had just got there, right? Mr. McKinney used me to help elevate his career to show that he wasn't having no nonsense about what was going on with Bookdale. He ended up suspending me on something that didn't even have anything to do with school or basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he never one time called me into his office and was just like, young man, what's going on? Like, I mean, like, let me talk to you. Like, anything I can do to help you. Like, dog, that was Mr. Sims doing that. He called everybody from the city. He had the motherfucking mayor there. He had everybody, all the cops from the city was there. He was big on supporting and uplifting black people. Like, he could have easily said, fuck this, fuck that. He left me on the roster list just in case, like, maybe I was able to play. And you look at it now, 20 years later, and being a father, and you like, because you know sometimes we do so much dumb shit as kids, and you look at it being a father, and you like, damn, Mr. McKinney was fucked up. Like, I mean, that was...
Yeah, I was with him when he had to sign the roster.
Man,
shit.
That's my point.
And Mr. McKinney.
Whoa. We ain't gonna make this a book to reunion.
Hey, man.
I know how you grips get. Hey, whatever unicorn that, because he ain't going to book though. Whatever unicorn that, because he ain't going to book though. Let's get back to you.
McKinney was tight about that shit.
Hey, Tar.
Yeah.
So that year you lost to Bookdale to go to the state championship.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened after? Was that your senior year or junior year?
That was my junior year.
Okay.
No, that was my sophomore year. Sophomore. That was my sophomore year. We was all sophomores, like me and Dre and all. Like we was sophomores. And then my junior year, my junior year, we lost the game to go to state to Youngstown Mooney.
Wow. How many did you have?
I mean, I always had 30. That's why I said I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into.
That's what I want to hear.
But the thing is,
hey, last night you said it. Last night you said, man, I averaged 30, and cats think when they score 30, it's a good night.
I mean, that's why. But the thing is, like, that's just what I did, though. So, like, it's like I don't want to really get. That's why, like, when people start talking about like all this and all these guys, like, man, we all had stats, man. I mean, we all had stats. Like, we all did. Like, all of us had like levels of success and did well. That's why I'm like, when you start talking about all-time players, you got to look at the whole thing, like all of it. Like, it's just like, you got to start nitpicking, guys. It's just like when you talking about LeBron, they gonna nitpick his greatness because he's so good. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, how do you hate on LeBron? But you got to nitpick his greatness when you're comparing him to greats. So, like, my thing is, if we having a situation where we talking about all-time players, I don't understand how, and I say this with utmost respect, no arrogance or nothing. Like, I don't understand how outside of, like, Jerome and Bron and them boys that made it to the league, because I know how tough it is to get to the league and be successful and, like, still get there and, like, represent the city. I don't know how you don't have us and, like, the other guys are still playing, representing the city in that
now
level. Like, it's just like
right now, because we talked about that. I documented this last night, and we talked on this topic for about, I think it was 9 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah.
And because And
that's why Vic was so adamant the other day when he was like, you take me off, because it was just more like, what is y'all talking about? Like
it's City Series. Hey, the thing about it is, it's City Series. Remember, I was like, it's City Series, because when we first started, even though I said City Series, I said you gotta add them in because they got. I need you. Hey, I need you. They. Y'all grew up with us. And it's like y'all. I know y'all with the same V, but to me, y'all never went the same V because y'all always around. Y'all was always around us. Every court, whether it was Krogan, whether it was Prentice, whether it was Perkins Pool, y'all was around us. But guys saying right now, they're copping deuces, and that's cool, because I'll go back and I'll make them eat humble pie.
Of course.
Guys is copping deuces saying, oh, I said that. No, y'all said City Series, period. That's why I said, you know what? Because they're the unicorns too, and that was the reason. It was backboarding their way in.
But what I'm saying is, it's like, so
that Hogan and St. B should be counted in it.
You said what?
I said that was my first thing. Hogan and St. B should be counted. Hogan and St. B should be counted.
Let me ask y'all something. How don't St. B count? We ain't in no league.
I'm like Ron Power should be on it.
No, but we not in no league though. So like we
right, and they didn't know that. Whoa! Listen. Hey, I need listen. And I knew that.
It's all city.
Bozy, I need you. And I said that I knew this. St. V is like the Notre Dame of college. They don't have a league. So they go and they schedule the toughest. Y'all schedule the toughest. And on that list of people that y'all scheduled was the Booker Grill.
And Garfield, when they had Jamon and Aaron Ashburn and Joe Ashburn, like we only played the best teams. We played Benedictine, that St. V, that Booker played against that state. Like we played St. Joe's, like we went to DC and played and all the top. Like I don't really know. Like we the ones that changed the culture at St. V. Like we was the reason why everybody went over. Nobody was going to St. V.
Nobody.
No, who? Like that's what I'm saying. Like why are we talking like we don't know the history? If you really hooped, you know the history of what's going on. Like that's why I'm like, if you really a hooper, you want to put everybody in the pot. Like it's just like it's I heard somebody say something like Greg Lewis left and went to Medina. Like, so what? Like, dude, Greg Lewis, nobody was fucking with Greg. Greg was an animal.
Right. Hey, they can say what he want to say. Greg Lewis is top 100. And the thing is this.
It's not an opinion.
Nobody cares what he said.
I know, but it is.
Nobody cares what he said. And keep taking shots. I'm not even.
This is
no.
Like people like be saying shit.
Hey, if you add Hoban and St. B.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Tarver. Because right now we have somebody. And I hate to say it, but the world is seeing it, and I feel personally that he's taking shots. So and that's my brother. And so what we gonna do, Tarv? I'm gonna sign off right now. Not sign off. I'm gonna take a little break, bro. I'm gonna take a little break, and we're gonna get back to this thing, man. Because I want to really get back to
what though, like.
Man,
yes.
Man, dog, I'm not.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Is what I was saying. Speak on it.
Like, dog, I'm not sensitive, man. We only talking about basketball and life. Like, so, like,
I know.
I'm not really bothered by that.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But it's been an ongoing topic. It's been an ongoing.
What's up, man?
And as of right now, what we have to do is. Anyway, we have to go to a break.
No break.
We have to go.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it.
I remember him having to do push-ups a day.
Speak on it.
What is up?
D'Angelo Jones is top 100. in the building, and he says he remember when y'all was where?
We was in daycare when they got.
Y'all was in daycare. Y'all used to get in trouble. Y'all used to have to do push-ups.
my dad, man, he crazy.
Now, hey,
what up, D. Jones?
Hey, he in the building. Now let's talk about really. Hey, cause this is crazy. Yeah, it is. Cause let's talk about your dad. Cause we talk about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it last night, and you said your dad had a vision for y'all in the 7th, 8th grade.
You said he had what?
You said he had a vision for you in the 7th, 8th grade.
I mean, we was just like a lot of other kids, like, you know, like good in basketball, loved to play, but you know, being a little rambunctious. So he took us out of Jennings and he put us at St. Hilary's, and he put us in a different environment. I just think life is all about environment and like where you at and who you around and opportunity. So I mean, obviously that helped, and we were smart enough to take advantage of it. So,
hey Tar.
Yeah.
They don't know that I was with y'all carrying them papers in the morning at 5 in the morning.
That's deep crazy, man.
Yeah. Tar, so you went to St. Hilary's. Was it a culture shock? I mean, or how did you adapt at St. Hilary's? Because a lot of our kids go to St. Hilary's now.
I mean, it was different just because, like, I mean, growing up on the north side, and I mean, we wasn't around nothing but, I mean, our own culture, and then we had to adapt. I mean, we had to adapt. I mean, we didn't have a choice. Like, I think that was one of the toughest things we had to do, was just adapt to our surroundings. But it helped us, like with basketball and then transitioning into St. V. I mean, because back then, like, if I want to say guys like us, they didn't go to St. V. Like, I mean,
True.
They didn't. Like, I mean, who? That's what I'm saying. Like, so it felt kind of good just for the simple fact that like St. V is what they are now. You know what I mean? And it was like, it felt good to be part of that history just for the simple fact, like, St. V was a football school. Nobody went to St. V to hoop.
Now, and speaking of that, and if you don't want to talk about it, if it's too political, let me know.
No, go ahead.
Okay, speak on it. Why did you leave? Why did you leave St. V? Because I told you last night, I thought that it was because you didn't want to shave your beard, and that's what everybody thought.
Yeah.
And here on the Bake Show, we're transparent.
I left because we thought Coach Danbrock was prejudiced. Because Coach Danbrock was coaching at Western Michigan or Central Michigan, one of them schools, and he got fired because he said a racial slur. So, I mean, obviously, him coming in, he came to our house on the north side and was trying to get us to stay. And, I mean, we wasn't on it. Like, I mean, I think most people that know me know I'm intelligent enough to not leave just because I didn't want to cut my hair on my face. I mean, that don't even.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm here.
I think that I made some good decisions in my life. Like, I think I'm pretty smart at making good decisions.
Hey, Batar, I told you this is what.
Cut my hair off my face.
Right, man, listen, we can laugh about it now, but I told you what people think. This is what people think, bro. Because they don't know. And this is why the Bake Show is so relevant right now. Because it's story.
Just to talk.
Right, but this is been.
Hold on, let me ask somebody a question. Let me ask somebody a better question. So,
yes.
You meet a person that's been successful at probably every level he's been at, and you think that I'm going to leave a school that show love to me, that we show love to, and I'm gonna leave because I don't want to cut my hair on my face? That don't even, like, what do they think, I'm retarded? Like, what do they, like?
Look, people don't think, and it's been 20-some odd years, and everybody has been. This is what people think until today. Until today, people know.
Coach D came to our house, and to finish the story, like, we ain't want to play for Coach D because I ain't know him. You know what I mean? And like I was believing what I heard, kind of maybe just like what you just said about people thought I left because of my facial hair. I was going off of maybe something somebody said or what was out there instead of just maybe meeting him and getting a chance to know him. So I remember I was fighting with my dad because he wanted me to stay, and I went to Bookville because honestly Doylan left and I could slide right in. You know what I mean? And then my brother ain't want to go to Bookville, so it was a hard decision for us because we always played together all our life, and he went to.
Right. How was that? Is the other unicorn there?
Yeah, he here. What up, dog?
Brother, how was it playing at Barberton, brother?
Honestly, man, I mean, this might sound crazy to say, but if I could do it all over again, I would have went there from the beginning.
Tarver.
So that what, but you and Hazard was like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, Has can go. Yeah,
Has can go. Hey, Yusuf said Has has no basketball knowledge and of what his output or outlook on the city. He has, I don't even know what the cat said. Can you describe Chad Hazard?
Oh, I wouldn't say that about Chad. I mean, Chaz was a competitor, though. Like he was an ultimate competitor. Could shoot the ball from deep. Had nice change of direction. I mean, he could have played in the city. I mean, Chad got buckets too. Like, I mean, he wasn't like no dude that was gonna be like high level D1 or nothing like that. But Chad, he could play. I mean, we had
yes.
Huh?
Now, because legends, because like I said, we don't get the chance to talk to you. This is the first time I talked to you, and I don't know how long. I want to ask you this: was it ever a problem with who was taking the last shot over there at Barberton? Because legends say y'all didn't know who was going to take the last shot.
Well, I mean, everybody knew I was going to get the ball. I mean, it wasn't really.
I knew that.
No, I mean, it wasn't like, because a lot of people didn't even know I could score like that. Like, because when I played with Derek, people don't know, like, I played off Derek. Like, I understood how to, like, get 20 points instead of 30 and get more assists and rebounds and play good defense. And that's how we were successful together. You know what I'm saying? So, because I already knew he was trying to get 40 every time he got out there. So when I went to Barberton, it's funny because when I got there, me and Coach Rector got into it, and he kicked me off. No, I quit the team when I got there, right? And everybody was talking to me, telling me to get back on the team. I finally like swallowed my pride and go in there and talk to Coach Rector. He said, "You'll never start one game." Now, understand him telling me that at this time, or who I am at this time, where he's telling it's my senior year. He said, "You'll never," but ultimately, he helped me though, man, because we didn't have no discipline at St. Pete. Like, we just did whatever we wanted on the court. Like he that was the first coach that I ever played for that, like the discipline side he taught me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never started me one game, dog. I came off the bench.
Wow.
This was the rotation. I came off the bench 4 minutes into the first quarter, right? And then I would play the whole second quarter. I would play the last 4 minutes of the the third quarter, and then I would play the entire fourth. I played like 22 minutes a game, dog. I averaged 27 and 8.
Hey, man, you ain't gotta tell me. I'm looking at it.
And like, if people don't understand. It wasn't that we didn't play against good players. We were just at a different level. Like, it wasn't.
Tar, not to cut you off, brother.
Triple double.
Not to cut you off.
Triple double. Right.
Darren Tarver,
senior year.
Barberton Ford, 6'4" senior, 13 on state, 26-8, 8 rebounds. Off the bench.
Off the bench. Like, off the bench. Man, people don't know. And you know what's so crazy? Like, people don't know, like, when Derek got in trouble, like I went to school. Like, we went to school together. We both went to Wabash. Like, we went to, like, they was hating on him so bad in Akron. This is why I never fuck with, like, I'm telling you, this is why I never really, like, was a fan of Derek.
I know. I know. Me and the twin, we talked about it last night, and I said, you know what? And I wish you come back home a little more. You know what I'm saying? And maybe people will know, but I understand now, man. I really understand because
they tried to bury him, dog. Like they tried to smother a kid. Like I get there, like our freshman year, we in school. You know, they make him go back home, dog. Like, dog, don't forget, man. This is why we say that when people be like, we ain't from the city, nigga. He went back to the hood, dog. He was in the street. We wasn't in Copley, nigga. We from the city. Like, I don't know. We just made a choice not to play for North. You gonna put North or St. V, dog? We from the North side. Like
no,
St. V for North and all that, but I'm not going there. Like, I mean, like that's all I'm trying to say. So when I get there, they try to ruin Derek. I remember when I was an All-American in school my freshman year, Derek at home, dog. I'm talking to Derek. I'm like, yo, man, Derek, you got to get back in school. That's when Chris Dennis stepped in. That's why Chris will always be our man, dog. Chris always held it down and made sure everybody was cool in the city, like if he could. He got Derek back in school, and I told Derek on the phone, don't forget, when I'm telling Derek this, I'm an All-American, Derek at home. I'm one of the top 5 players in the country. I tell Derek, man, if you come in JUCO, man, D1, like you gonna lead the whole country in scoring. His response was, man, you think? I said, I know. You know this man came and led the whole nation in scoring, dog.
He told me last night.
Playing for a year and a half, he an animal. Then don't forget my sophomore year. Okay, my sophomore year. Like we won a national championship, dog. I won a national championship. We was 36-1. I was national player of the year. I was runner-up behind Marcus Banks, who played in the league, made about $40 million. I was a runner-up for getting defensive player of the year right behind him. Like my coaches in JUCO were all Hall of Famers. Like my coach in JUCO, Coach Larry Hughes in St. Louis. They coached Marcus Banks.
Shout out to Larry Hughes, man.
Like that's like in my sophomore year, like nobody was my sophomore year. I was national player of the year in D1 JUCO. Like I was considered one of the top 10 players in the country on all levels. Like when I like that's what I'm trying to say. Like when I went to George Mason, I was one of the top 5 guards in the country. John Thompson had me. I'm talking about guards, man. Well, no, don't know. Like what I'm trying to tell you, like I'm playing in the same league at the Kenner League with all these dudes that I know that have had 10 to 15-year careers in the league. I'm playing against them. I'm dragging them. Like
you're dragging them.
I'm keeping it real though. Like,
I'm keeping it real. Hey, speak on it.
I feel this kind of way because honestly, man, I'm gonna be 100% with you. Dog, we was animals, dog. My dad made us animals. Nigga, I still get up every day. I'm working out twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in me, dog. Like, this is who we are. Like we were just animals on the court. I just got sick, man. I got sick. I mean, when I got sick, don't forget this for a second, dog. Don't forget. When I got sick, dog, you know they wouldn't let Derek play?
Right, he told me, and I said, you know what? I said, wow, it makes sense because since you guys are identical twins, they will think that since one had the condition and the other one.
Don't forget this though. This is something people don't know because they don't really know what happened with me. Like, don't forget, like I was a year ahead of Derek. Like so I was on the NBA on the radar. Like all them dudes that got Kendrick Brown and dude, he was the 10th pick in the draft, dog. Like I was National Player of the Year. Like I was like my coach was with the Portland Trailblazers that coached me my freshman year was just telling me to go to school one more year. I had a cardiac arrest, dog, and it just from there everybody think it's like we didn't make it because of that. It had nothing to do with basketball. It didn't. Like it just if you go look it up, we always was first team all American, not first team in our league. Not first team in our league. We was first team all American national. We on the national level talking like this. It's not, we not talking about, we wasn't in no league at St. V to be talking. That's why ain't nobody putting us in that group. What league are you talking? Like when we did play in the league against them or whoever we had to play against, we never lost for years. That's how, I'm not trying to put my test out.
Sure. No. Right, because like I said, I talked to him last night.
No, I'm
1 hour.
When we play in the league and the king of the court, that's the only reason why we brought up.
I know. Y'all didn't lose.
Y'all didn't for years, though. That's who was people coming there to watch? That's the real question. That's the real question.
Parks and Recreation.
You coming to watch the champs? Let me ask you this one question, and this why it's hate. We 16, 17. They call timeout. They go get some niggas from Virginia to beat us. They grown men, dog. These dudes 24 years old. They betting thousands on the sideline, dog. Eddie Jackson called timeout. Y'all know Eddie. He said, man, listen.
Yes, sir.
He said, listen, man. Boys is mad. Because they just losing their money, dog. You see what I'm saying to you? They hating. Dudes that's from our city. We just from a different side of town. Like, dog, why do you think we took off running as soon as Derek hit that shot? Like, what you mean? The whole park chased us. They don't even know that. Why they chasing kids out the park, dog? My mom parked over around the corner. We knew where she would park. Like, they set it up. Like, dog, that's nothing but hate. That don't got nothing to do with basketball. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like,
and you know what? And that's why, hey, Tar, that's why the Bake Show is needed, so we can turn some of this hate into something positive, man. Because it's too small for cats to be hating on cats.
Everybody should be showing love. Like, you know, it's funny when they even talk about a guy. It's funny that Mavericks name don't get brought up. Like, ain't nobody from the city go play in 5-star.
Hold on.
Huh? No, I'm saying.
Hold on.
I know. I'm not saying literally nobody. I'm talking about when you start talking about top guys, 50. When you start mentioning 100 people, 50. Like, how many of those guys actually were getting invited to stuff like that? Playing on real AAU teams, going to nationals. In nationals, we placed third in nationals in Adidas out of 202 teams, dog. I didn't see nobody from, like, what are we talking about? Like, it's like the only.
Hey, that's why, hey, Tar, that's why I said. Tar, that's why I said, since y'all don't want to include them, and y'all don't want, and Bear Darius tonight, shout out to Bear, he said it. Them the unicorns then. Don't talk about them, because y'all already know what they did.
Yes,
you already know. It ain't no discussion.
Man, it was a health issue, man. That was if we
know. Hey, D'Angelo in the building. He said, "What's up?
What's up, D-Go?"
I told you why they want them on there, man.
Tell him that triple double.
That triple double.
What do you say?
Summit County All-Star game.
That triple double in the Summit County All-Star game.
Stark County.
You hear me?
You still shooting that joint from deep?
Yeah, he's still shooting that joint from deep. Hey, he said, what about that? He said, what about that triple double?
Half court and let that bitch go.
Yeah.
I seen many of those performances. It's just like
Okay. Tell me, since we got a top 100 in here, and tell me one thing that you remember about D'Angelo Jones.
The way he was cooking Booker's ass in that city championship. Man, dog, listen. He was always going to come ready to play. Like, I don't recall going to a game that was big and he didn't show up. And you can't say that about a lot of players. Like, he was.
Hey, look, hey, Tar, and that's what I said about the list. Since we got so many people that want to knock the list, and shout out to Lathan Brown. That's my dude, the animal. I love him to death. But the cast that's on this list, 9 times out of 10 did both. And we not knocking you, but Tarver, hey, you might, we gonna have to, well, you the unicorn, man. Y'all some, because I've never seen nothing like y'all, bro. I've never seen nothing like y'all. I referee hoop here. I've seen some twins. The closest thing to y'all, actually, is these twins right now, and they are miles away from y'all. And they like in the 8th grade. But they're like the closest ones. And we are talking 20-something years later. So, man, shout out to the Tarvers, man. I thought we was going to, can I link it about the professional?
Which part?
Oh, okay, I got to, because, hey, my man said he was going to get Roger Mason to chime in. You got to get Roger Mason for me, baby.
Yeah, Roger to come in and talk. Give him a little history.
Yeah, hey, and we gonna talk about we gonna talk about y'all. Hey, listen, man, we here, we at the Bake Show, and I'm letting you know, hey, from here on out, your story is told, and we love you.
I just wanted to say this before we get off, man. We all grown, man. We all done worked hard to get wherever we done got. Man, always show love, man. Don't act like you got amnesia. Like that, damn.
Don't act like you got amnesia.
Don't forget about Drew Joyce.
That's what it is.
Don't forget about Drew Joyce.
Hey, Drew Joyce. Hey, I like Drew. When Drew come back in town, we always chop it. Whenever I see him, we always talk. I don't know what we find to talk about because, hell, he's stellar.
It's weird in life. The guys that you talking about or not talking about, they always talked about. They always talked about. They're always circling around somewhere, doing something. Like Drew, if you hate him, love his game, stand there, think he a coach's son, whatever knock you got on him. I mean, he always there. He always there. Like, I mean, he is. I just don't.
Hey, man. Hey, I know you talked to Drew. Tell him you got my number, I got yours, and I told you I ain't giving it to nobody. I feel special. I'm meeting it now. So tell Drew, man. I said, call me, man.
I'm gonna tell him to call, and I'm gonna have Rome call in too, man. Y'all better give Rome the dopest nigga ever from the East Side, man. Lucky Lefty.
Oh, speak on it.
Y'all gonna sleep on Rome, man. Y'all Lucky Lefty. Come on, man. No boy,
hey, man. Hey.
Him and Greg Lewis, how y'all? Hey. Come on, man.
Hey, Tarv, man. We got to go to a break. Right. Hey, we got the unicorns. I caught them. We love you, boy. We love y'all.
All right, bro.
What?